Okay, what's your name?
Michael Nunham. Officer Mike.
How has coming to DMS impacted you as a person?
Wow. I think how it's impacted me the most is in my job, being a police officer. There's a lot of ways in which you can receive fulfillment and feel accomplished. But I think coming to school each Friday, you build these relationships. It's a sense of fulfillment that you get to have with the kids. So when you're working with kids, you get to know them. You get to see the impact that you make in their lives. I think that is where it's the biggest sense of joy that you get doing this job as a police officer.
How do you view your role here at DMS?
Relationships. I think if I was going to boil down what do I do here at the middle school, it's about building relationships. And it's like that whether you're a doctor, whether you're a businessman, whatever it is, you're always building relationships. And I think that's what we do here. I think that's really important in this day and age because when you look at, some of the negative perceptions of my profession in society nowadays, what an awesome opportunity to come in and show kids, here's what police officers are, here's what we do. And two, it also provides a resource to kids. When I grew up, I didn't have a resource officer that I could come and talk to about things. And that's kind of what I do here. I just make myself available to the kids to where they can have a relationship with me.
How do you think coming to DMS has impacted the students?
I think we come back to the relationship portion of it again. Having relationships with the students here growing up, I didn't have a school resource officer growing up that I could talk to. And I think that would have been a great thing to have because, there might have been situations growing up where if I would have had a resource officer, if there was somebody that I could talk to about certain things, it would have helped me out in school. And I think that that's an impact that I've had with kids, I feel like, with that relationship. I think kids can talk to me about a lot of different things. In fact, I've had kids reach out to me through social media, through email, and they've said, "Hey, Officer Mike, I have this going on in my personal life. Is there something that you can do to help me?" It's also providing an opportunity to advocate for the kids too. So that's kind of how I see the impact that we've had here.
Okay, and lastly, do you enjoy coming to DMS?
Fridays are the best day of the week. It really is. It's people ask me frequently, do you enjoy coming to schools here? And I'm like, yeah, it's fun. I mean, literally, you think about it, you come in here, you get to meet lots of people, you can build a lot of relationships. Friday's the best day, and that's the day that we do class.
Every other Friday is the best day?
Every other Friday, yeah. For eighth graders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to share myself with the sixth graders, but I know eighth graders are the best. Action.
I'm Maddie Felfosh from Mr. Oviedo's class, and this is our impact project. We're here with Mr. Garrett, and we are going to ask him a few questions. Okay, so how do you think Officer Mike has impacted our students, your students?
How much time do we have?
Not a set amount of time.
Okay, so I could go on probably for 3 days. I love that man that much. No, I'm sorry. No, Officer Mike, honestly, I think having him here and having him, just even if it's 1 day a week, I mean, the energy that he brings, the enthusiasm, I really think that he does a great job creating a welcoming environment. He's got a great sense of humor. Guy brings donuts. You know what I mean? But honestly, I think if anything, he makes sure that people feel comfortable speaking up and saying something and doing the right thing, which we need a lot more of. Because as you know, and as you've learned, like bystanders, right? Most important group of people. It's the people on the sidelines that really have that impact on whether or not to report something, say something, stop something, you know what I mean? And make this place better. So I think if anything, he makes that seem like a good thing instead of, in the sixth grade version where you're like, I'm not a snitch. You know what I mean? Which is stupid. Because honestly, if we all just speak up, do the right thing, we're going to make this place better anyways. So.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And do you enjoy having Officer Mike here?
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, he's a Michigan fan, and we all know Michigan fans are the best. But besides that, he's just a guy that genuinely cares about you. I've gotten to know him for years now. Like, he's taken an interest in me as a human being, and it means something. So when you have a person that comes in, gets to know people, works hard with students, gets to know students, cares about them, checks in on people, yeah, that's making a difference.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
I got
Don't
more.
cut.
I told you, we got days.
Okay.
Okay. And then I guess a question I would ask myself, what would this place look like without him? You know what I mean? So, it's one thing to learn about like internet, safety. It's one thing to learn about some of the, unfortunate aspects that we are going to be pressured into potentially or even see, whether it's drugs, whether it's, I don't know, trying to talk with someone we don't necessarily know or whatever else. And the world is much different than what it used to be. So I think having someone that is an expert on that to come to our school and to talk about that, and also to create those connections and also those relationships, it just makes it so even if, for example, kids aren't in school, they know that they can also reach out to the police or okay to say because they know it's going to be a person like Officer Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, that could be scary to do otherwise. If you hear police, you're like, oh man, I'm not in trouble. But when you hear Officer Mike, you're thinking, okay, yeah, that guy's going to help me out. So I think that's part of it too. And like I said, I know he cares a lot about our kids. I think he obviously cares a lot about our community. True story, driving in during the summer, I see a couple of our students playing basketball over by the fire station. So I'm driving by, just happened to drop my daughter off over to her friend's house and stuff. No joke, guess who shows up to play hoops and everything else with pizzas? Officer Mike. Okay, did he have to do that? No, right? Guy's using his own money to do that to make that connection with kids, right? And again, like I just like that in your corner, for especially some of those kiddos that might not have the best situation at home too. That's another person. That's another safe person that they look to and look up to, and it's real.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
Am I going too much?
No.
No? Okay. I would love to have him here permanently every day.
Yes.
We should
That's
take-
why. That's why we had this project.
Okay.
Okay. Cut.
Hi, my name's Kara Milliken, and what's your name?
Dr. Cravata.
And how do you think that Officer Mike has impacted you?
So Officer Mike has been a really great resource to our school, and I really appreciate that he really gets to know students well, and I think that helps them to feel more comfortable with reporting things to him and to going up to him when he's in the community. So I think the biggest impact he's had here is he just helps to connect our school and our community in a way that makes it a more inclusive and friendly environment. I think also just allows students to feel comfortable in reporting things, which is so important.
I'm Maddie. What's your name?
I'm Mr. Mudros.
And what's your opinion on Officer Mike?
On him being in our school,
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing. I think that Officer Mike allows our students to kind of interact with the police officer, and it builds comfort. And as you become more comfortable, then you're a little less intimidated. You're a little less, you don't listen as closely to all those, to any negative or positive stereotypes that exist. You're able to form your own opinions, and so I think that I think it's a great thing that he's in the school, and we can provide that experience for the kids.
Cut. Go.
My name's Kaylin, who am I here with?
AJ,
What's your opinion on Officer Mike?
he's a really helpful way to help us learn about bad decisions and to make better decisions.
My name's Maddie. What's your name?
Carson.
What's your opinion on Officer Mike?
He's nice.
Hi, I'm Kaylin, who are you?
I'm Jocelyn.
What's your opinion on Officer Mike?
He's a very kind person who does a lot for this community, and he does a lot for the school, and he brings us donuts. Hi, my name is Kara Milliken. What's your name?
Caleb.
And how do you think that Officer Mike has impacted you?
He has impacted me in a good way. He is very nice and very kind.
I'm Maddie. What's your name?
Nash.
What's your opinion on Officer Mike?
He's pretty cool.
I'm Kaylin Brown, and who am I here with today?
Avery Kempinen.
And Izzy Martinson.
How would you say Officer Mike has impacted you?
He's told us fun and useful stories.
And very well used information. And we look forward to seeing him every Friday.
What do you notice about your students when Officer Mike comes?
What do I notice about my students when Officer Mike visits my health classes is smiles everywhere. They love Officer Mike. It's like their favorite day of the week on weeks that he comes. And it's really cool to see kids excited to see a police officer.
What kind of things does he teach?
So many things. So in 6th grade, Officer Mike and I co-teach. He also teaches with Ms. Troutman. And we teach a unit called Project Alert, which focuses on alcohol, drugs, tobacco products, vaping products, and largely on refusal skills. So we teach the STOP method, try to give kids a chance to practice how to say no to those types of things, as well as how to recognize why they're saying no. So lots of important things. 7th grade, we go over the truth about drugs. So reviewing some of those substances, adding on more. Illegal drugs are the focus. So they get to focus on financial consequences, physical consequences, social consequences, mental and emotional consequences, all those things. The big message is, how could those substances get in the way of your health and your future goals? And then in 8th grade, Officer Mike teaches a unit called Project Team, which covers all sorts of skills related to humaning, situational awareness, emergency preparedness, how to make a good 911 call, lots of vocabulary relating to the law, cyber safety, so many things that are so important for kids your age. So we cover a lot, and we're so grateful that he is able to be here with us at DMS. What do you enjoy about Officer Mike, Maddie?
I think he's very kind, like a good way to know like what not to do, what to do. I wasn't prepared for this.
That's all right. That's really the crux of it, right there. You've got a connection with him of kindness, which allows you to listen to what he has to say. Would you agree with that? Yeah. And what do you do when you see him out in public?
Hi.
You wave, right? We say hello. We say
I asked
hello.
for a sticker.
And stickers, we love stickers. Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this interview. Thank you, Officer Mike. Thank you, City of DeWitt, for allowing us this collaboration. We appreciate you. Go Panthers!
In this, hold on. We're going to have to edit this. I forgot what we were talking about. Can we do an edit? Take 2.
We'll just bloopers.
Bloopers.
Okay, when are you going?
Okay, it's going.
Okay.
Oh crap, are we recording?
Uh,
Alright.